Welcome to Judgment Point. Big news shaking up the country right now. Former President Donald Trump is set to be arraigned in New York City this Tuesday, April 22nd, and it's sparking protests across the nation. Let's break down what's happening, what you need to know, and why security is on high alert. First, the basics. Trump's appearance in court is drawing huge attention, not just from the media, but from protesters and supporters alike. The main action? New York City, right near the courthouse and Trump Tower. But it's not stopping there. Protests and counter-protests are expected in Los Angeles, Florida, and even beyond. Now, the big concern: security. Law enforcement isn't taking any chances. There's a heavy police presence ramping up in anticipation of big crowds. Officials are worried about clashes between pro-Trump groups and counter-protesters, especially in those tight, high-profile downtown areas. If you're in New York, expect to see barricades, street closures, and officers everywhere, especially around the courthouse and Trump Tower. Authorities are doing everything they can to keep things from getting out of hand. So, who's showing up? Specific groups backing Trump, some of whom have made headlines before, are calling on supporters to rally. At the same time, organizations critical of Trump are mobilizing their own demonstrations. Both sides are determined to make their voices heard, and tensions are expected to run high. Why all this energy? Simply put, Trump's arraignment is historic. The charges stem from ongoing legal investigations, which I won't get into detail here, but they've fired up people on both sides of the political spectrum. And if this all sounds familiar, it's because we've seen protests before. Think back to January 6th and other major moments connected to Trump. Law enforcement is clearly aware of that history and is preparing accordingly. All eyes are on New York this week, but remember, protest is a fundamental part of democracy as long as it stays peaceful. So what do you think? Will the protests remain calm, or are we in for another tense week? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to stay tuned to Judgment Point for the latest updates. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.